estate agents? Welcome to the Weekly Closer. I'm your host, Jeff Underwood, along with my co-host, Joey Sampaga, better known as the man with the plan. How's it going today, Joey?
What's going on, man? We got a super full house.
We have a full house. We definitely have a full house. And they're going to share some things that a lot of people may not know even exist right now.
Yes.
But we're going to get the message out, aren't we?
We are.
Yes, we are the real estate marketing maniacs.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. So today we have with us Patrick Tice, VacayAZ, along with Jack Walker and Zach Zinn. How are you guys doing?
Doing well, thank you.
Doing good, thank you.
Good.
It's a beautiful day.
Yes.
Awesome. Thank you guys for coming in. So I'm excited to hear what's going on with this VacayAZ. All one word, right?
All one word.
Yeah,
So
we
the website, I guess,
do.
is just
VacayAZ.com.
There we go.
We do need to thank Rachel for bringing them in.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, Rachel
Our good friend
Turner.
Rachel.
Yep, security title. So why don't we start first with how you guys got into the business, real estate, and how long you've been doing this, and then we'll get into kind of the new thing that you've got going on.
Right on. So I've been in the business about 18 years, and I started in the business by mistake. I started in the new home sales industry about 18 years ago. And got connected with a small company called Shea Homes. I was their 10th salesperson. We did about 120 homes our first year, and we thought we had struck gold. And then from there, obviously, you know who Shea Homes is and what they've done. So it's just a phenomenal company. And, from there, went to some other home builders, was in management. I was the DB for Meritage Homes, started that up, and also Standard Pacific Homes. And then after the market crashed, I went out on my own and did traditional real estate and been doing that for a number of years, and then getting into this new venture now through VacayAZ.
Yeah, awesome. All right, which one of you guys want to go first? Who's fighting over the mic right now?
I'll take it on. So Zach and I are best friends from high school, and we got in the business from Glendale Community College. It was just a random business elective class that we had to take, and we haven't stopped since the first class, and we got our license at 19 years old, and now we're 23 years old, so we've been in the business for 4 years, and Zach and I just got our broker license, and about a year after we got our license, we came across Pat, and that's another story in itself, and Pat's been our mentor and kind of showed us the business in an authentic standpoint, and we've just taken off from there. So it's been great.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Anything to add over here?
What he said.
Yeah, so these guys are killing it. They've done really, really well in such a short period of time. Yes.
No, that's cool to have younger folks
Have these
doing
young,
their
full
thing.
of energy guys. Just
Young bucks. Yeah,
right.
The young bucks, the energy.
That's cool. Well, let's jump into VacayAZ then. So, you know what? First, I want to ask. So, local, I guess.
Yeah.
You guys are locals.
I've lived here my whole life, yeah.
All right, sweet. So why don't let's go ahead and jump in VacayAZ, because I want to hear what are you guys doing here? What's going on?
Yeah, so VacayAZ, we are a vacation rental management company, and so we manage superb vacation rentals, Airbnbs, VRBOs, and we do nightly rentals, usually 2-night minimum up to a maximum of 14 nights. So we're really running what we call house hotels.
Got it.
And so we got into it by mistake. It was through a home that I had purchased and remodeled, and had somebody that was a Canadian investor that came along and wanted to buy it, and I was curious what they wanted to buy it for, and he said, we're buying it to run it as an Airbnb, and in fact we have a large fund and we want to buy a number of these.
Wow.
So I had figured, well, if they're wanting to do that, why wouldn't I do that? So anyway, the home happened to be under contract at the time. Fortunately, that canceled. Most of the times you don't want a cancellation on a contract, but this one actually
But this one you did.
And so then I immediately turned it into a Airbnb and listed it on Airbnb and VRBO and started it out as just my own. With the Canadian investment group, I took them out, found them another home, and we remodeled that for them, and then actually started that as an Airbnb. And it's done well, and they actually have purchased 3 of them, and we're managing all 3 of them for those guys, as well as many others. Right now, we're up to 10 homes that we're managing, which includes my own and then the clients that we have.
Yeah.
So that's how it started, and that's where we're at.
So 2 to 14 days. So none longer than 14? I mean, we're keeping it max couple weeks,
we'll
right?
make exceptions. There's always exceptions, but typically that's where we found that the highest revenues will come. The shorter the term, the rental, the higher the revenues will be.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. And the goal, I guess, how often, like the houses that you have now, how often are they rented out?
Yeah, great question. So we run about 75 to 80% occupancy. So usually
That's a good
we
number.
really don't have anything that's any property that's booked less than 22 nights. Most of them are booked 25 nights, a month. And
Sure.
obviously in the high season, we've booked every day. In the last year, we booked every day. We had 30 days in 31 days in March, and I think we had 28 days in February. So, yeah, it's a really active market. And even in the summertime, we have high occupancy. It's just the rates are a little bit lower, but people still want to be in Arizona because at times the peak season is too expensive for them to be here, so they might visit here in the summertime.
Got it. So you have the peak season, right? You have the low season. You probably have the stratosphere level too, right?
That's the stratosphere, yeah.
Like
that's
during the Super Bowl, I mean not Super Bowl, but during the Fiesta Bowl, and maybe during
Waste
the
management
golf tournament.
Yeah, waste management is
Barrett
big,
Jackson.
and actually all of March is super high peak
Yeah.
season with the the spring training and it's also spring break for
that's
many
right,
people throughout the country. So yeah, March is by far the highest revenue month and highest booking rates altogether. And because our properties are phenomenal, and we're actually super hosts on Airbnb, which is a status they don't give to everybody. And actually, we are beyond a super host. We're actually a part of the Airbnb Plus program, which is a separate program that they come in and they inspect our homes and they put you into a plus category. And it's similar to what a hotel is. So Airbnb is guaranteeing that this home is set up just like a hotel. There will be nothing missing. The linens are high quality. The towels are high quality. The home is in perfect condition, and your stay will be just like it would be at a fine hotel, and probably better.
Got it. So a question popped in my head here real quick about so somebody that buys one of these, or an investor comes along and buys one, like how many days out of the year do you think they would have to have it occupied or rented out to cover like the mortgage
Their
on it
expense,
if they have
yeah.
a mortgage? Or
Right,
what have you?
yeah. So, great question. Not very many, believe it or not, and it depends on the property, of course. But typically, in the season, high season, the first, 7 days, because some of the rates are $800 to $1,000 a night, that's going to cover a mortgage. So,
Wow.
to give you an idea, a home like mine that's valued near $600,000 will do about $90,000 in gross revenue a year.
Whoa.
Wow,
All
that's
at the
awesome.
same time
Big
while
numbers, yeah.
that
That's
home is
awesome.
gaining equity. So, it's a real genius investment because the other thing, too, is opposed to a long-term rental, our guests are there, on 70% of the time, 3 to 4 nights. So, if you have a bad guest, which, fortunately, we haven't had a bad guest. We've had one that was not so good, but for the most part, we've had phenomenal guests, great people just like us, and so we don't have any problems. But if you do, you're really, rid of them in 4 days.
Yeah.
It's not like you have to keep them for a year.
Got it.
So with 10 properties that you're managing, how many people? I mean, there's a 3 of you. Do you 3 actually go deliver the spices or the towels? Or
Right now we're doing a lot of the work. We do rely, believe it or not, on Amazon Prime Now. Amazon Prime Now, will deliver things to a home within 2 hours.
Wow.
For a very nominal fee. So thank you, Amazon, for that. So that really
Saves
comes
us
in
a lot of
handy.
time.
Yeah.
Saves us a lot of time. But we're doing a lot of the work. We do have a cleaning crew that we rely on. They're our cleaning crew, and they do all of our properties. We have our own vendors, like our own pool, cleaning person that's specific to our homes, our own landscaper, our own maintenance person, that comes in, and anything that times needs to be a fix, which, there's always, the homes get used a lot, so there's always little things that need to be fixed, and we want to keep the properties in the best shape possible. So, we have a good group, and that's growing rapidly.
That's cool. How about you young guns? What's going
Yeah.
on? How are you guys
Go ahead.
involved?
Explain
in-
our roles.
Yeah, so again, it's a lot of work, because on average we get about 6 check-ins a month per property. 10 properties, we're servicing 60 guests a month. So that's a lot of people to be servicing. So we each kind of spearhead our own roles, so Patrick does a lot of the innovative, forward-thinking business growth kind of stuff, and we kind of work together on a lot of our online presence. That ties into me. I'm uploading all the online listings, taking care of accounting and banking, making sure our vendors get paid, that kind of stuff. And then Jack here is our quality control, so he's scheduling all our cleanings. He's doing walkthroughs on the properties because we want to make sure these are perfect when any guests arrive, because they're on vacation. We need to create an unforgettable experience.
Yeah.
And that creates with, first coming into the property. So we each kind of equally have our own workload, but again, we all kind of collectively are still doing the small things because we're still relatively new and we're building this up. So that's important to take care of the guests.
Absolutely.
That's our mantra. It's all about the guests.
Okay.
It's all about
Got
the
it.
guests.
Yeah.
Got it. Anything over here to add?
I was just didn't touch the cord there. I was just thinking of our different roles, and like I control the cleaning and supplies, like Zach was saying, and we all just have our different roles, and it's such a lot of work in this business. But with us three, taking on each different workload, we're really efficient with our business. Yeah. So.
Got it.
So you guys have systems down already.
Yeah. Part of this
Still
last
working on
year
them.
has
Yeah.
been
Still working on it.
right,
Yeah,
creating the
it's always
systems and
yeah.
the processes that we need to scale this business, because we can take on another 10 properties without a problem once the systems are correct, which we're there with that, so we can take on more properties as we come, and the goal is to get 100 properties.
So out of those 10, how many of those do you own yourself?
I own one of them, and then I have another one that's coming on probably in
Okay.
about a month.
Okay. So you guys are looking to basically manage these. So if someone wanted to have you manage one of their properties for that, I mean, they just call you up and.
Yeah. They just call us up. We actually haven't even launched really our marketing aspect of this business yet. We've gotten it all by mistake and just
Wow.
happenstance. We ran into a client now who came through an open house of a home that we had listed, in the area that he lives, and so he's a client now. We got his home up as an Airbnb, and I've had some, friends, and this Canadian investment group is the one that we really connected with, and they've, had the most. But right now, we're gearing up for marketing 2019 to let, agents, brokers know what we're doing, because I know they're working with a lot of clients that are getting into this business because the business is really rapidly increasing in exposure. And most agents don't want to do this business. I understand it. There's a lot of moving parts. It's really difficult. So we want to be there to be a tool for them, not to compete with them, but to be a tool for them to handle the management of the property that they sell.
Huh.
Yeah,
And so
That's a
we'd
good idea.
like to do that.
Yeah.
And
So,
go
go ahead, Jeff.
I was going to say, so the are you guys going to also go out and just try to find more investors yourself?
Yeah, we'll find
That's part
investors.
of the
Just like for instance, we're going to target landlords that are doing long-term rentals in the communities that we know are going to be more successful as a vacation rental. So we're going to target them. We're going to target people that are with other management companies that maybe are not as good or as efficient as we are. There's some national companies out there that are big, but bigger isn't always better in this scenario. So we have. We're local. We know the town. We know all the places to go. We know what to recommend.
Yeah.
We got a great relationship with Airbnb, and they help us, manage our business and tell us the right things to do. I mean, these places are not really homes; they're hotels. So we want to design them and create them as a more interesting experience than just a home.
Yeah.
No, that's
Oh,
good.
you were going to say something?
Yeah, I was just going to say, I just ask. So I understand how management companies work, property managers. So this is going to be somewhat similar, and you guys have a certain price. Is there like a percentage that you guys look for or charge, or is it just based on the property itself?
There is. We do have a range. It does depend a little bit on the property. So we charge a 25 to 30% management fee. It sounds initially to many people kind of high, based on a long-term, management company percentage is maybe 8 to 12% from what I understand. We've never done that, so I don't know that business as well. But because this is a higher revenue-based business, and there's more involved with it, that's a common rate. Many of our competitors are 35%.
Wow.
And we have an all-inclusive percentage where it's just 25% flat fee, and we take care of, everything. Some of these other companies charge to come in and, change out, certain supplies that are needed. We don't do that. We just do that automatically without any fee. It's all included in the 25% or 30%, depending on the property.
Yeah. Well, that takes. You're going out to properties multiple times a month, so
Right.
It's going to have to be higher than just the long-term rental.
I mean, we're going out to
management.
properties like every day. Like I have trash cans, I do all the trash cans. So, every single house has, maybe a recycle and a trash can that I have to bring out every single day. And, if guests need supplies, we're showing up to the house immediately, because we want guests, when they're coming into Scottsdale, coming into our city, we want them to have the best stay ever.
Yeah.
It's really important. It costs a lot to vacation. And so we provide, great homes for people, and we want them to have the best stay. That's
awesome.
what we're all about.
So I can see, and maybe you're already doing this, but the wheels are turning here for me. because mostly Scottsdale, right? That's kind of what
Yeah.
we talked about. Are you putting out something when they get there, like maybe some of the most recommended restaurants in the area? Maybe you've already approached those restaurants and got a special deal going, or I'm just saying.
Yeah. We're growing with ideas every day, but yeah, for sure. So each listing has its own guidebook, so it's a guidebook that was created by us, and we have actually, comments about it, because we've probably experienced that place. I know most of them I have because I've lived here so long. So, I'll give a comment, if it's one of the best Mexican restaurants that I would recommend somebody go to, I put that in there. So it's not just a list, but it actually has anecdotes of, what we think of the place and what it's, is it family friendly? Is it more romantic? Is it for a date night? Is it for a group? Is it for a girls' bachelorette party? So yeah, we specify based on that. And we also do some specific agendas because we've had a lot of girls groups in, we've had a lot of guys groups, golf trips, and so we'll give them recommended golf courses depending on their budget. We'll give them an itinerary for a bachelorette party, where to have breakfast, where to have brunch, where to have lunch, dinner, drinks, dancing, whatever it might be, because you're coming into a strange town. You want to know the best places to go to. So we do that for them too.
All right, cool. Now I know agents that are listening or watching probably are asking or thinking about HOAs.
Yeah.
So you're having to be very cautious about what neighborhoods probably you're going into.
Right, yeah. Zach, you want to
Yeah, so when it comes to like HOAs and stuff, for the most part, we try to steer clear of all HOAs because, again, they're just a governing body that's going to try to regulate what we're doing. So for the most part, we steer clear of HOAs. But there is some HOAs that in the CC&Rs, they have no restrictions against short-term rentals. A lot of times we're seeing HOAs have 30-day minimums, 6-month, 12-month minimums. That just doesn't work for us. We'd rather stick to a neighborhood that we know is going to be good. We're not going to run into any problems. So again, no on the HOA unless, like for example, Desert Ridge, that HOA, we have properties in there because it doesn't regulate against short-term rentals. So an HOA could be a big problem. You just got to look into the CC&Rs and make sure.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Did we cover about everything? Am I missing anything?
Oh, there's so much to cover.
I do want to ask, as a real estate agent, I mean, what would I use you guys for? Like if someone is wanting to have someone manage an investment property as an Airbnb, that's the first thing I should think of you guys. Is
Right,
that
yeah.
what you
Yeah, that's a great question because really what we want to be for the agents out there and even mortgage brokers. We've gotten some business from some of our mortgage brokers that we work with. Is to be a tool. So, we have the capability to run an analysis on a home. So if there's a client that an agent has that is considering a home for an Airbnb, we'll run a full-blown pro forma on an annualized basis for them to show them what this property can make. And so, we'll run that, we'll run budgets, what it's going to cost to set this place up, whether they're doing furniture or whether they're just doing, a setup of, blankets and towels and new linens and things like that. Every property might be different because we have had one that was furnished. They just needed it really dressed up a little bit.
Yeah.
So we'll come in and we'll provide all the startup costs, what the pro forma will be, what it will likely rent for, since we have a lot of historical data on the 10 properties we have. And whether the property is really going to be a good Airbnb or not, because not every property out there is a good Airbnb. There's certain things it has to have, like a large communal area where everybody can hang out. A pool is really important. We did have a potential client that had a home in a great area of Scottsdale, and he did not have a pool and didn't want to spend the money to put one in. That's fine, but ran a pro forma for him, and the place was going to do dismal numbers, and so we recommended that he not do it as an Airbnb until the time that he could put a pool in. So we never want to guide anybody the wrong way, and we want our properties to do the best they can. So, we're going to tell somebody whether it's going to work or whether it's not going to work and give them really accurate numbers because it is a business that they're getting into.
Right.
And so we treat it as a business, and they don't want to have business losses, nor do we. So we run really specific performance for them.
Got it.
makes sense.
So do you think as this Airbnb, VRBO, this whole industry continues to grow, that you have a lot of investors that have been holding long term that are going to say, you know what, I'd like to look at this and switch?
We're already seeing that starting right now, yeah. And we went to an Airbnb conference about 30 days ago, and the numbers are really increasing. I mean, Airbnb is a $39 billion company. That's risen $8 billion in 1 year. The number of business travelers have tripled over 1 year. And so the business is really booming right now. And so I think a lot of people are seeing it more than they ever have before, and they're curious about it, especially investors. There's even some private equity firms, some hedge funds that are getting into, buying up large pools of homes in places that are good for vacation rentals. And Scottsdale is definitely one of the top 5.
Got it. All right. So you're going to Airbnb events now, huh? So you're probably getting a network of people around the world, right?
We do.
So you're going to hook me up with something in Cabo, right?
Well, we do, yeah. In fact, escapetocabo.com.
Okay.
That's a good friend
Write
of
it down.
ours, and they have some amazing properties
Escape
in
to Cabo.
Cabo. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, check
Hopefully
them
my
out.
wife didn't listen to this episode.
Right.
Because maybe I can surprise her.
Yeah.
Yes.
There you go.
No, that is awesome. Anything else you guys want to share before we move to the next segment?
Maybe to add on, because Pat was talking about, we're giving them the startup cost of designing and furnishing the home. That's also a service that we offer, is actually going through and designing the home. So, it can range from it being a vacant home to us having to furnish and design the entire thing. Maybe it's already got furniture and they just need the design touches from us. So, throw pillows on the beds, throw blankets over the couches, pictures on the walls, because we're creating an experience for these guests when they come into vacation. And you've heard us mention how important it is for the guests to enjoy their stay. That starts with as soon as they walk in the door and you have these vibrant colors everywhere and they're like, wow, this is a really nice home. So that's another service that we offer. That's again, it's more of a tailor fitted, okay, this is what we have to do. It's not like it's not something that's just average across the board. It ranges. So, but again, that's another thing we do with our homes, and it's very important.
All right. No,
Yeah.
it definitely is. It
Yeah.
has to be experience, right?
Correct.
All right. Well, you guys ready to get in the ring?
We are.
Okay. Let's do it. How about, and anybody can answer these. So
Okay.
whoever wants to step up, that's cool. What's the best advice that anyone's ever given you?
Don't take life too seriously.
Okay.
Have fun at what
Have
you
fun.
do.
Okay.
Have fun at what you do.
There we go.
Sweet. How about a favorite mobile app? Anyone? Airbnb?
Airbnb.
Pretty much, it is. They have a great app. I tell you.
Definitely Airbnb. Yeah, it's quite addicting to see these bookings come in. We have 10 properties now, and just as we were walking up here, we got a booking. So we who's coming in. There's people from New York, and then her mother is from California. So we see these people
Sweet.
coming in and who they are, and we really enjoy that. Yeah, it's fun.
That's cool. So I'm assuming that you're going to have some type of referral system possibly
Yes.
for everybody that stays. I should have asked that earlier, but
Yeah, we are. We don't exactly know. We're trying to get some input from some agents on that to see what would be appropriate. But yeah, we want to give
cool.
back, where they give to us. So for sure.
yeah. Well, and I'm also thinking about the people that stay in the houses.
Right.
Yeah, that too. The
So that
repeat
they
people.
can
Yeah.
so they could let family members, other people they know, hey, if you're
Correct.
going to go out there, you got to get hooked up with these guys.
Yeah, that's part of our growth strategy. Really, is
Cool.
to get repeat people back, because those are bookings that are actually better than just a first time booking, because it's usually at a higher cost to the owner.
Yeah.
Or higher revenue to the owner, and we already know them. They know us. They've been a good guest. They know we've been a good host, and so it makes it very simple. So, in year 2, 3, 4, and on, I think we're going to fill up the calendar probably 35% just with repeat business, and probably more than that.
That's great.
That's cool.
great. How about a book recommendation? Anyone?
Bookworm over here will give you one.
I do enjoy some books. Let's see. Off the top of my head, the one that comes is probably 10X by Grant Cardone. You guys probably heard that.
10X, uh-huh.
The Secrets of the Millionaire Mind. I just read that one, and that's all about how your mental thinks about money and et cetera. And
Recommendation. So Phil Knight's Shoe Dog. That's good for building a business. It kind of breaks down how he
Yeah.
built up Nike and really doing what it takes to build up a business. So I like that book a lot.
All
All
right.
right. Sweet. All right. You ready to draw a question? Oh,
Sure.
You have a book?
Oh, I have a lot of books. Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
The 5,000-Year Leap.
I didn't mean to cut you out.
How America
there you
became
go.
so great. The book From Good to Great. How to run great companies is another one. Outliers is good. I mean, there's a lot of good books out there.
That's right.
Yeah.
So do you guys read them or you use Audible?
Both.
I've been
Okay.
doing a lot of Audible in the
Yeah.
last few years. Yeah.
Yeah, Audible's awesome. All right, so I'll let you draw a question, and then
This is beautiful. What is that, Velvet?
we'll have everybody go around and answer.
They don't know why you're
They don't
laughing.
know why you're
What is your favorite type of food? Favorite restaurant?
Perfect.
Okay, that's an easy one.
Yeah, it's an easy one. So my favorite food is Italian food, and
Okay.
the best restaurant by far in town is Giuseppe's.
Oh,
Really small place.
Where you bring your own wine.
Where you bring your own wine,
Yeah.
yeah. Pasquale is the owner. Giuseppe was the original father, the grandfather, I guess now. And it's cash only. Bring
Yep.
your own wine. Unbelievable homemade Italian food.
Yeah.
Thunderbird and Scottsdale Road.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm a sushi advocate.
Oh,
I can
okay.
eat sushi for every meal of every day if I needed to.
You got a good one?
As far as my favorite restaurant, I go to Kona a lot. Raw
Okay.
Sushi Brokers. I mean, there's tons of good spots out here, so
Yeah.
pretty much all over the place.
Sapporo's, that's a lot of sushi there, right?
Yeah, that's a
Scottsdale
good
there?
spot too. So
I haven't been
there's-
there for a long time, but
Yeah, there's
Right.
tons.
Sushi.
It's great.
Yeah.
All
All right, Jack, what's going on?
I enjoy all kinds of food. I'm like a garbage truck,
He's eclectic.
garbage disposal, but I really like Mexican food.
Oh, yes.
I love Mexican food, and it's amazing. Probably my favorite restaurant, and it's one I kind of grew up in. I grew up in New River. If you guys are familiar with
Yep.
where New River's at, there's a right off Carefree Highway is El Encanto Dos. It's a pretty good
Encanto
spot. Yeah.
You need to try a place called Ladera.
Where's that
That's
at?
downtown. Well, around. Let's see. It's 7th Street and like Bethany area.
All right.
Really
What's it
good.
called?
Ladera.
Ladera.
Yes,
All right.
Ladera.
I'll
Yep.
get that one in.
Sweet. So, guys, why don't we tell the agents that are listening or watching, like, how they can get in touch with you if you...
Right, yeah. You can contact any one of us. Check out our website, VacayAZ.com. You can call me at 602-359-3636. Really simple number to remember, and we can talk the Airbnb vacation rental business and help you out with your clients.
All right, and
Perfect.
it's VacayAZ.com.
Correct.
All right.
Awesome.
Perfect.
Awesome. Well, thanks, guys, for being in here.
Yeah.
Thank you.
A totally different angle.
Yes.
Right.
Totally different show than any of the other ones, so I'm really excited to get this out.
As are we, yes.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, there you go. Right.
Yeah.
So to be released in a couple years. No, I'm just I just teasing. I want to do a big shout out also to Security Title.
Yes.
For bringing you guys in, Rachel over there, and then our sponsor, Fidelity National Home Warranty, doing a great job out there.
Tony.
Until next time, see you later.
Signing off.
All right.
Great job, guys.
All right.
Awesome.
Thanks.
Awesome.
Yeah, good. Yeah, that was good. That was great.